A very good morning to all of you. Today we will start our new chapter, that is chapter number 13, and the name of our chapter is triangles and quadrilaters. And this is the first question from your book. Who have done previous chapter, that is circles, for that student this question is very easy for you. So that's why we are starting directly this question. So what is this question here? The name of our chapter is triangles. Everybody know what is triangle means? A three-sided figure like this way, that is known as a triangle. And here one triangle is given to you and three questions are asked from you. The first question is, which point lie in the interior of the triangle? Interior means inside the triangle, means we have to tell them a point which lie inside the triangle. And here this is the triangle, and which point lie inside the triangle? I think so only this point is looking to me, that is inside the triangle. So that means the answer of the first question is, that is point E. Get it? So here the next question is, where does point P lies? Here this is the point P. So that means here point P is lie on the triangle. This is the triangle. So point P is lie on the boundary of the triangle. So what is the answer of the second question? That point P lies on the boundary of the triangle. Next question is, which point lie on the exterior of the triangle? Exterior means outside the triangle. These points are lying on the boundary of the triangle. These are inside the triangle, and which are outside the triangle, that are only these 2 points that are looking to me. And you can understand it by yourself that which points are lying outside means completely outside, not on the boundary of the triangle, just outside the triangle. That are 2 points, it is point A and point B. Next we will start our chapter with some simple concepts that you have done in 5th standard also. See, triangle can be categorized into 2 categories. Now let us suppose, just listen to me very carefully, if in the question they are talking about sides. Let us suppose if in the question they are talking about sides, means 3 sides are given to you. One is 4 centimeter, one is 5 centimeter, one is 6 centimeter. Okay, I am drawing, you can see. Let us suppose this side is 4 centimeter, this side is 5 centimeter, this side is 6 centimeter. Then means here no side is equal. 4 centimeter is different from 5 and 5 centimeter is different from 6, means no side is equal. So that means this triangle is known as scalene triangle. Scalene triangle. If no side is equal, then that triangle is known as scalene triangle. Next is, let us suppose this side is of 4 centimeter, this side is also 4 centimeter, and let us suppose this side is of 5 centimeter. If 2 sides are equal, two sides are equal, then that triangle is known as isosceles triangle. And the method of drawing isosceles triangle is one more also. Now see, if they are drawing this triangle, and they don't want to tell you that this is 4 centimeter, this is 4 centimeter, and this is 5 centimeter. They just want to tell you that 2 sides are equal. Means they don't want to tell you that 2 sides which are equal, that are of 4 centimeter. They just want to tell you that 2 sides are equal. Then they can use this symbol. These 2 lines, they can cut these 2 sides of this triangle. Means this symbol means these 2 sides are equal. And if this triangle you can see in your book, then you can judge it that this triangle means these 2 sides are equal, where this line is there. I am repeating, if the triangle is like this way and this is just the symbol, means that is just the sign, but which this sign indicates that these 2 sides of a triangle are equal. So with the help of this sign also, you people can judge that this is an isosceles triangle. Why this is an isosceles triangle? Because it is given that these 2 sides are equal. Now the third thing is, if all the three sides, let us suppose this is also 5 centimeter, this is also 5 centimeter, and this is also 5 centimeter, and if all the three sides are equal, then that triangle is known as equilateral triangle. And here also one more thing, means one more symbol that is used in the case of equilateral triangle. In your book somehow they can able to do like this way. If the cuts are on the three sides, all of the three sides, then that means all the three sides are equal. So that means we can able to judge that this triangle is an equilateral triangle. If two cuts are there, that means these two sides where cut is present, these two sides are equal. And if the cut is present on all the three sides, then that means all the three sides are equal. Now, the next thing is, it is also possible that in the question maybe they are not given you sides, but they are given you angles. Means if in the question they are talking about angles, then also the triangles can be classified into three types. Now see. Wait. See here, let us suppose this is the triangle, and if one angle of the triangle is 90 degree, other two angles are anyhow. Means we don't want to tell whether any other angles are. Just if one angle of the triangle is of 90 degree, then that means that triangle is known as right angled triangle. The next thing is, if I am now speaking, if one angle of the triangle, this is the major line, major important line in fact. If one angle, I am writing also, if one angle of the triangle, only one angle I am speaking, if one angle of the triangle is greater than 90, if one angle of the triangle is greater than 90, then that triangle is known as obtuse angled triangle. And the third thing is, if let us suppose this is of 40, 50, this is of this is also 50, and this is of 80. Now, if all the angles of the triangle, here only one angle I am speaking, here all the angles of the triangle, if all the angles of the triangle less than 90, then this triangle is known as acute angled triangle. If one angle is 90 degree, then right angled triangle. If one angle is greater than 90, then obtuse angled triangle. If all the angles less than 90, then acute angled triangle.